marriage?
Answer it again because somebody was at the tail end interjecting or something.
Would you be in favor of enforcing marriages?
No, because then you would talk about forced religion.
Could you expand on that a little bit? I don't understand.
Yeah, because marriage we believe is a covenant. You're forcing a covenant on people. That's great. So this is the reason why.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and grant it. Okay, all of the marriages are in the religion.
Proceed. Go ahead.
All of the marriages are in the religion. They're already married. Would you be in favor of enforcing those marriages? You're muted. You muted yourself.
You're muted still.
Oh, that is. I love this.
Can't hear you, Marte.
He's conceding the debate. That's why
we can't hear you.
You're muted, Marte. You're muted. In
English next time. Can I get this?
That's sad.
Abe, can you translate this for him real quick
now
so
we
that
can
way
hear
I
you.
can get an interpreter on his? What did he say?
We said we couldn't hear you.
Okay, nobody can interpret your language. Do it in English this time. How about we try that?
We can't hear
now
you,
we can
Marte.
hear you. Now we
you
can
were
hear
muted.
You.
We couldn't hear you?
We couldn't. Yeah.
Could
listen,
wait, hold on. That sounds
we
like
couldn't hear you.
Emmett responded, and we couldn't hear you, Marte.
You were
okay,
muted.
well, I couldn't hear his could or couldn't and distinguish because it sounds like a hybrid between could and couldn't.
Okay, let's start over, Emmett. Go
okay,
ahead.
I need can you translate for him, Abe?
I can try.
Yes. I'm going to concede due to language barrier right now in 2 minutes if you don't get a good question.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so inferior to you, Mr. Blackman.
Nobody brought up inferior, only you.
But I mean, none of the white people have problems understanding me, so it's kind of weird.
Dude.
You're literally owning yourself right now, but proceed. I'll let you hang yourself.
Yes, you can. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm Mexican. I'm self-owned already.
From now on, I'll be Emmett's interpreter. So just speak, and I will interpret.
Why do we have to have an interpreter with an accent?
Norwegian accent, because so concise, grammatically correct. Can you do that at least?
I'm gonna try.
Interpreter, what was your question about marriage?
I am going to try to use the same kind of accent. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm gonna try. So the question is are you in favor of enforcing marriages?
Are you in favor? You're muted still.
You're mute.
Hold on. It's Medicus. All I heard was Medicus. And can you say one thing for me before we even start this?
Marte, don't mute yourself. Just wait.
Okay, I know. I'm so used to doing the professional debates that I just got out of debate mode. Let me deload this. Can you say one thing before you start this? I'm very curious as for you to say this. Can you say one cookie?
One cookie.
Oh my God, this is so perfect. This is like Teriak asking for Lucky Charms when it's at the super chat in. All right. So when you said three, am I rolling my tongue good? I don't know what you said last time. Can you repeat that? Because the last word you said.
Enforcing marriages.
Something like that. I didn't know what that meant. Or medic?
Enforcing marriages is what he said.
What did he say? He said, should we enforce it? That's what we're
should we enforce marriages?
Nobody's forcing you.
No, we shouldn't enforce marriage if that's what you were saying.
Be put in jail.
Marte, you're not forced to get married. Nobody's going to give you a wife. Okay, the question is, if you are married, are you in favor of enforcing said marriage? So people cannot just say, I don't like this anymore. I'm going to leave. There's legal repercussions.
Repercussions.
That thing.
Norwegian with the duck. Thank you for the alley of Norwegian because he almost lost me.
It. I got you.
Man.
I appreciate that.
There's a language barrier between the Mexican and the black. Okay, I'm sorry.
So let me still man your position. You basically said, and I still don't understand this. You said if you're married, would you be in favor of enforcing marriages if somebody says I don't want this? Meaning, are you talking about enforcing the retention of marriage?
Yeah.
No. People can do their own thing. They can go their own way. If she wants to leave, she can leave.
Okay. That's it.
Because here's the thing, though. Do you know what? I forgot what the fuck it's called. The syndrome where you hold somebody hostage and they relate to their captors.
Stockholm.
Yeah, we don't want to go down the road of this, and this can get very ugly. You're forcing somebody to stay in a religion. It's the same thing. I don't believe in a covenant anymore, which is this religious covenant. Therefore, I'm forcing. So what you're talking about is tantamount to Sharia law. I don't want to invoke that on anybody. It should be their choice. You want women to submit to you in a voluntary cooperation style. You don't want women to submit to you because you're authoritarian. That's not even submission. That's force, subjugation. That's crazy.
I'm just asking your opinion. You don't have to. You don't have to preach to me, dude.
Oh yeah, that's my opinion, which is a preach to you. An opinion is a preach. Can you tell me how an opinion is not a preach or a preach isn't somebody's
you don't
opinion?
have to personalize it to me. That's what I mean. I don't care about Islam. Okay, the sand people can live in the sand castles. I'm okay with that.
Right. I'm just saying
And they can have the
somebody is
sand
relational to that.
I don't
So
think
then
there's
it means what
relational
is
to that
marriage?
at all. I think I really don't.
Wait,
think
hold on.
that
If you don't wear a
enforcement-
burqa, I can kill you. Isn't that forcing people to do something that's religiously relational?
that they are enforcing their things in their sand castle.
Force,
Yes.
right. So marriage, it would be
Yes.
the same thing. It'd be the same construct if
No,
I
it
said,
wouldn't be the same thing.
you leave me, I'm just going to off with your head if you leave me because you just don't feel like it one day because of irreconcilable differences
Yeah.
or no fault divorce.
I
crazy.
understand that. I do understand that you think that only men can keep a marriage hostage. But what if it's the woman?
Oh, I never said that. I never said
Well,
only
but that's
men
what
can
you
keep a
do.
marriage hostage.
My
Women do
God.
this all the time. They'll say, I'm
Yeah.
going to take you off your shit if you say that next thing. Like,
Mhm.
what? That's financial hostage and emotional hostage.
Imagine they couldn't
We-
say
we-
that. Wouldn't that be good?
I don't
This
know, but we
hypothetical
might
is
have
going
a
crazy
one.
because you're switching it up and
We
loading
might
the
have a
question.
1v1 here.
Imagine
You might have a
they
1v1
couldn't
here.
say that. Would that not be good?
I believe we've got the 1v1.
Yes, I think so too. I think
Wow,
you
that
guys
sounds just like him too.
are about to go at it.
Dracula-like. I love it.
Do
Are you
it.
ready? Here
You're
we
welcome.
Oh, you're just going to let somebody get stomped? This is crazy.
go. Well,
I just got through
you know,
stomping this fat, caloric black woman today. So it's like, all right. I don't
All right.
mind.
All right, gentlemen. You know the rules.
There's no rules on my end. Off with the head, whatever.
Good
But
luck.
anyways, what's your question again? Hey,
Would
you're
it
going to
be-
translate for this debate, right?
Oh my God, Marta! Listen, if you don't want to have the debate, or if you think you cannot
I
understand
do.
me, we don't
Then
have
we
we
not
don't have
talk
the
about
debate, and
rules.
that's
What
it.
are
I
rules?
hate. I really dislike people that are just crying about debate things. Okay, I understand you.
I'm not even crying. I'm asking you.
I
You
understand the fuck you say. Do
They
you have a
brought up
problem?
rules. I didn't bring up rules.
I'm
Rules.
joking.
What did you
I was
say? Could you
joking.
repeat that, please?
You
I don't understand
Oh,
what you're saying.
See,
Did
this
you
is why I
say
need a
bulls?
translator. Nobody's calling the police.
Did you
Oh
say
my-
bulls?
Yeah, rules. Abe brought up
Bulls?
rules. I didn't bring that up. Therefore, I'm
Like
not crying.
cows?
It's him
Like
bringing that
male
up.
cows? Is that what you say? Bulls?
Okay, translate, Abe. Can you do me a
He's saying, did you say
I don't know,
bulls? Like
livestock.
male cows?
Is that what you said?
He said, did you say bulls like male cows?
No, nobody brought up livestock at all.
Woodstock? Did he say Woodstock?
Okay, now you're You're doing a bit. I see it.
Did he-
Poorly done
I
troll.
saw it. Like I saw. Like
I think he's
sawing
doing it
something
back
in
to you is what
Woodstock?
he's doing. He's
Yeah,
like,
I know. The
understand me
problem
now.
with this is he's trolling himself because he has feminism on his PFP. It's not really working that well.
I just don't understand what you're
Somebody who's
saying,
like
dude.
feminist,
Could you
but
please-
I just-
listen, semantics are really important in that debate, and I need to understand what you're saying. Okay, so can you please repeat? Can you clarify what you're saying?
He's not a feminist, I promise.
Yeah, it's probably a troll. Hopefully, so
A ball? Is that a ball?
so Abe Dinkus brought up the rules. He brought up the word rules. So then I
Do you-
inherited this
okay.
and said,
Okay.
Before
Let's
we
get it
start,
translated.
Marty, just to be sure, do you think we can have this debate without you being completely bad faith? Yes or
no, I'm actually good faith. I actually ask questions. I'm just asking questions. That's it.
Okay, let me tell you one more time. If you start doing something that I think is completely bad faith, I will do the same thing to you. Because I match energy just like you do. Okay?
Go ahead, proceed.
So,
Hold on. I did the wrong person.
uh, this is a I'm trying to figure out a question. This is a good faith question. Is would you be in favor of enforcement of marriage? Okay. It can be
I
yes or
answered that. I
no.
said
I'm
no.
not giving you any of my positions. Okay.
I said no.
You said no. Perfect. And then you said that one of the reasons of one of the things that you think it's important is that it's a submission by the same will. And you mentioned that some women decide at some point in their marriage to say, well, either you don't do X thing or I will take all half of your stuff, right?
Yeah, that happens often.
Okay. Do you think that's a good thing?
No, I don't. I don't think that. Well, hold on. So this needs a little bit more context.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing if she comes to a marriage and she says, hey, listen, I helped support this business. I was in the background. I was unable to work because now I'm not in the workforce. I had to stay home and support kids. Therefore, you had to be in the workforce. So there's a reason why we have alimonies, because women weren't in the workforce as much. We had homemakers. Nowadays, we don't have that anymore. Nowadays, we have the opposite of that. Women are now saying, oh, I also work. I'm strong. I'm a boss babe. I'm independent. Yeah. I'm also taking half your shit, which doesn't fly nowadays as much.
Yeah, I think that's bad. Do you think that's bad?
I think so. I was diving into the context. I think back then we had more of a justification for it. I think nowadays it's less of justification for reasons of divorce on women.
No, I think it's bad that women are being boss babes and going out of work and not having children and not being mothers. Do you think that? Do you agree with me on that? I think
yes, I agree that that's bad. Yes.
Okay. Let's say that there is this guy decides to marry, has a wife, 2 kids. Okay, and one day he's like, I don't want to do this anymore, and he leaves. Should she have the option to call the police and be like, hey, this guy left, and they have the option to either bring him back home or get him to jail? Do you think that's a good thing?
You realize I answered that with the first question by you saying forced marriage. That's enforced marriage, and I'm saying no to that as well too. My logic is consistent.
Yeah, I'm just asking your opinion on that one. Listen, right. There's no good or bad option. This is not a gotcha. I'm trying to understand your position. Okay, I do have a framework that if you want to go ahead, I can clarify it later on. But I'm just asking these questions. I'm not trying to attack you.
No, so it would be a no. This is how I am in every debate. I'm not always responding to like in the form of an attack, or I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just letting you know where you are at what point. So you would say no. I don't think that is that should be a criminal offense, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a criminal offense.
Okay. I'm gonna give my take on that. I think I disagree with you on this. I think the family is an institution that should be protected in society. I think if one of the reasons why it should be protected is especially for the kids. And I think that attacking the institution of marriage should be something akin to an immoral action that should be penalized. I don't think we're there. I don't think we're ever going to be there, more than likely. But I disagree with you in that aspect. I do think that the family as a unit should be protected by the state.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you a part of any religious denomination or have a religious belief or anything with marriage?
I believe orthodoxy is correct about marriage.
Okay, so you believe orthodoxy is correct. So if we look at outside of this, marriage is also viewed in several different ways. I'm also orthodox as well too.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see the Byzantine eagle behind. So.
Yeah.
So this is my thing. This is my question. The reason why I brought up Sharia law is because marriage is viewed distinctly by different cultures. If in Sharia law, we can see marriage is a covenant to them too, just like it's a covenant to us. In their society, they can probably enforce marriage. They actually can probably allow for stoning and all these other things. Do you think that would be good if we brought that here as far as the Orthodox version of that?
I don't think the Sharia is good, obviously. Yes. That's a big no. But I can see, I don't think there's a problem within Orthodoxy where they try by all of the means necessary for the marriages to work. And I don't think that would be bad to bring it into the US.
So here's the thing, though. I think it's tantamount to what I just described it as an example. A woman doesn't want to wear a burqa. And I'm gonna make it make sense and tie them in. A woman doesn't want to wear a burqa, she gets stoned to death and killed. So for her not doing this is a religious belief within a covenant because she can take the burqa off in front of her husband, but with society, she has to do this. This ties in with marriage. She doesn't do this, she gets killed, dies. That's also force. People would look at this as like a bad thing. In Orthodoxy, think about the same thing. She doesn't want to do this. She leaves. She says, no, I just don't want to leave. I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. And she just leaves. Do you think police should just drag her back in the house and say, nope, you're still going to stay no matter what? Do you think
Well, I would give her an option. Like, she has an option. She can go to jail. People can decide to go to jail.
So she goes to jail. She gets a record. She's less employable as a wife. You think this is good?
Employable as a wife? But she wouldn't
Meaning
be a
like,
wife.
so this is what I'm saying. She's your wife, and she now has a record now. It's harder for her to get a job. It's harder for her to contribute to the household, outside the household if need be. She can't get a job as a teacher because of this. Do you see how this adds up?
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. Do you see a problem with
this
that?
is also restricting. This is also restricting societal implications as far as the opportunities.
I think that women in general, that they can help in the household, sometimes outside of the household, as you say. Like, sometimes they can get a job. Okay, but most of the time, I think their proper place is in the house, supporting the family, and I think the man is the one that should be, being able to support the family.
Can I ask you a question? Women have worked outside of the home since the dawn of time. These jobs are caretaker positions, nurses, taking care of the elderly, things like this. If women are leaving the workplace, and I'm using hyperbole, who should fill in this position? Is just men? Do you think women have a place in this position?
I think women have a place working. Yeah, of course. They can decide to do it.
In nurturing roles, they can't get these jobs because they're requiring these charges because of marriage and stuff.
I can say the exact same thing for drug dealers, and I will be okay with that. And I think they're doing something immoral at dealing drugs, and I think destroying a family is equally immoral. And I will be okay with people that have done something horrific, like destroying a family, not getting those positions.
I agree. So now, I mean, drug dealer, the reason why that's a bad example is because we're talking about a new charge that's never existed. Drug charges have existed since the dawn of time. There are bad repercussions for this, but you're eliminating opportunity and allowance for women to work outside the home as caretakers, nurses, things like this. You're basically destroying this.
But I listen, my point is, I don't care. I understand.
Right, okay,
I understand. I'm doing that to the woman.
Out of these industries.
Yeah, I understand. I'm doing that to the woman, but also I'm doing that to the man that leaves the family. Not only the woman.
So men, here's the problem. When you look at things that, like, when you're criminally charged, there's distinct industries that women can't go in, or men, right? Universally. Yeah. You talk about law enforcement, we have OnlyFans workers, things like this. And this is the reason why sex work is bad. They can't be teachers. They can't go into Congress, run for a governor. They can't do law enforcement. There's a lot of things that they can't do. But most of the positions that we talk about that they can't do are around kids, children, and education. So when you do this, it affects more women than men in these positions.
I don't want people that leave their family and did it because of selfish reason rising up the next generation. I don't think that's good. Well, then we are in a generation that has lost completely all respect for marriage, and it has to do a lot of that has to do with the feminist agenda, the destruction of it, and the fact that the families are completely broken.
I don't think that's actually going to be the solution, to be honest with you.
Listen, I can even agree with you. I don't even think it's a solution. In order for us to be able to enforce it, a million things have to change, right?
I actually have solutions. Did you bring any?
No, it's not about that. It's a hypothetical question. When I'm asking your preference listen, I'm going to give you the framework. I'm going to actually explain the framework to you.
That would have been nice from the get-go. That would help a whole lot.
Yeah, I know. But the reason why I bring it that way is because I want people to actually think about the problem and give me their honest answer about their own preferences. I want to know what the preference of the people.
Do you think you can get the preferences with the framework as well too?
Yeah, but it's not as fun, you know. I like the moment when they hear it and they're like, "Oh my God, this authoritarian maniac!" It's like, that makes me happy because I can see the libertarianism coming from inside their soul, and it's funny. It's funny for me. I'm not saying it's good, but it might be funny, right?
Yeah, there's no
the framework
libertarian
goes
with me when it comes to
the
that.
framework the framework goes like this. Okay, the framework is usually what we hear, especially in right spaces, especially when it comes to force doctrine, is that men have the monopoly on force, and they are the ones that can enforce things to happen in society. I think that marriage is an institution that is failing, and we need to find a way in which we can go ahead and find proper solutions to it. I don't even think that that argument is a proper solution. I'm just asking the question from this
Well,
framework.
Emmett, you're talking out
Listen,
both sides of your mouth. You say, no,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to find a solution. And then you say, we need to find a solution.
No.
You
I
literally
said,
just said that like 2 minutes ago, bro.
okay, Marte, this, listen, okay? I'm saying that men have the power of force. I think we need to find a solution to the problem of marriage because I think it's a problem right now. Okay. I'm asking this question using this framework. Me, like the person I am, don't think that we can put it up as an actual thing. So I don't think it's a solution that will solve anything. But in the framework, okay, I have to know why wouldn't it work. So men are the responsible ones in society. Men are the ones that make the enforcement. Okay. If men decide to use force to enforce marriage, I don't know what is the problem. I don't know why we should be against it.
I know what the problem is, and I have a solution. Would you like to hear this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I just finished up a debate with a feminist, and the whole debate, the prompt was, are marriage responsible for the dissolving of marriage in America? I literally just had this, and she got utterly dragged it was horrendous, but it needed to be done because she was giving me all these ad hominem attacks and stuff. It was entertaining. You'll see it on my channel. But back to this, I do have solutions. My solutions are almost impossible to do, which sound like your solution, which is almost impossible to do. But I would lean more towards mine, and I would think Beth would even be bought onto my belief premise, right? I think that if we have a ban on porn, I think if we have a ban on porn and a ban from sex work and a distinction from this, I think that that's going to be a start. And propaganda takes a while to happen. It takes a long time. Bans don't always work, but it's a start. So we can say in Qatar, do you want to ban sodomy? Do you think there'd be less sodomy or more sodomy? You probably say less sodomy. You didn't eliminate it, but what do? We created a reduction. And then not to mention that, but propaganda would follow suit where women don't want to be hoes because we bring back spinsters. When that happens, what is this pushing towards? Inevitably by proxy, marriage. And if you want an example of bans that can work, can you chew gum in Singapore and spit it out on the street?
I don't disagree with you. I think we can do both. I even can go ahead and be like, why not do both?
Well, the reason why we can't do both is because a lot of people try a multifaceted approach. Let's say Beth was my wife. And I told Beth, I said, hey, listen, woman, I come home and I say, how come the trash dishes weren't taken out and my dinner isn't made? Well, that creates a problem because I've given her two things that she needs to find a solution for. The best way Beth could probably work is say, hey, honey,
here's a sandwich.
Halfway, got the groceries, and I had a list. Is it okay if we make this dinner tonight? That's great. I would really love this because traditionally, I, as your husband, love doing this. I didn't bombard her with trash, dishes, and everything else, and dinner. She's got one task. I think humanity works better if we fine-tune solutions to one thing at a time. But when you say, no, there's two things that we can all do. One, our government has a problem with border in itself, let alone dealing with Israel and all these other issues. I think it's better if society works on one problem at a time.
Okay, I agree with you. What I'm saying is that they're not mutually exclusive. They both of them, logically speaking, are not contradictory, right? So if I'm going to go ahead and if I take the position on the logic, it's like, well, you're telling me this is probably a solution that we can implement. It's probably better. Okay, I agree with you. Let's say that I even agree with you. But the question that I'm asking is, why?
I mean, you will, but
why is my solution wrong? Why am I? Why is my prescription of just using force to solve it wrong?
The reason why you'd say, and here's the thing, I want you to imagine this hypothetical world where we go to our Orthodox church and I go there and I say, hey, women, if you feel like leaving your husbands, we're going to throw you in jail. It's going to happen. How much pushback from even our own sect of religion you would have from the women?
From our sect of religion?
Yes.
I don't think we'll have much pushback. Like the whole point of marriage in Orthodoxy is to be forever and do it, And I'm not saying that we're gonna go ahead and just have the perfect marriage and everything like that. But I think we have a very distinct way of looking at marriage. We're not looking at it as transactional, as a transactional thing, even.
Everything's transactional, even relationships.
God. Okay, well, if it's purely material, then I guess there's nothing we can do, right?
Look, if I just asked Beth as my wife, let's say she's my wife, if she can do some things for me at home. Let's say she doesn't do this and I work all the time, bust my ass, and I do everything and she just sits there and doesn't do anything. Is that non-transactional at that point?
Yeah.
What do you mean non-transactional?
Meaning,
what is
like,
the transaction you have with her?
If I do all the work and she does nothing and brings nothing to the table, as they say, or contributes to the marriage, would that not be considered a transaction?
Do you think we have transactions with our wives, or do you think we have duties with
We
our
do.
wives?
We
And
do
do you
even
think
in friendships.
What are duties in a marriage?
things we do for the other person in the marriage? Do you think it's transactional, or is it moral?
Right. Let's say she fails in her duties.
Yeah. What are you gonna do to her? Like, are you just gonna be like, you know what? You're not following with the transaction that I like, so I can just go ahead and have a different wife because that's
the
what I can
No,
do.
wait, hold on. Now this is obfuscating to a different argument. Let's stay on this one.
I'm not
quick.
obfuscating on a different argument. You're
saying love and duty in a marriage is different than what you're
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Purely,
Here's the thing, because here's
purely
I'll give you
keyword
one thing.
Marte, purely transactional things, I can
down.
go ahead and get rid of them. If I have an employee, this is a transactional thing. If I have an employee that doesn't do his fucking work, I can fire him, right? That would be the
What
point
is a
of it.
divorce?
Okay, listen, my point is divorce has a specific terminology that you should follow, and in specific terms. You cannot just go ahead and divorce someone because of some slight thing that you think has happened. Okay,
now you sound like human walking HR resources. But go ahead, proceed.
I don't. You sound like the HR resource. Like, oh well,
No, you're saying
I'm not
liking
this anymore. I'm not liking this marriage anymore. You can just get divorced. That's why
HR does. They say, well, you just can't fire an employee. You just can't let anybody go. There has to be stipulations.
You guys are kind of talking past each other, man.
There's stipulations in a marriage. A marriage is based on love, it's based on commitment, and it's based on duty. Okay, it's not based on
Emmett.
I would actually see less based on love.
Emmett's keyword is in marriage.
Yes, I would say less based on love, even in marriage.
Okay.
Well,
like if that is, listen, I think it's a little bit loop-sided. Especially when it comes to marriage and having kids and having a family and taking kids away from its family. Okay, so at that point, like there are specific reasons and specific things that I don't think are purely transactional, and you have to work with the other person.
Can you explain what's not transactional in a marriage?
Kids.
Oh, that's
are they transactional?
Kids are definitely transactional.
They're transactional? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Emmett, in Marte's point of view, when divorce happens and you get child support, it's definitely a transactional moment.
It's not even just that. In an everyday
that's
thing.
Just basic. That's just basic.
Kids against each other all the time.
Yeah,
why would they not?
And there's all that shit that goes with
it. I mean, if you're gonna go ahead and just take it as in purely materialistic, that's fine. Like,
and then even to Agropoulos' point, let's say that I have custody of. Let's say that I'm a father. But I don't raise the sons like she wants me to raise them. She's now going to use that against me and saying, well, no, my dad taught my kids like this. Well, there's we're fighting over a transactional value of the kids. So everything in a relationship is going to be transactional.
it can also be a positive transaction too,
Yes.
right? You can use the kids to lift each other up, to hold each other together. Like everything is transaction. And actually, I would push back and say that there's actually a lot more of an emotional foundation. And, you know, I mean, utility is, of course, super important, right? But the bottom line is that life is hard and shit gets really bad sometimes. And if you don't like the person you're with, it's not saying you're going to like them all the time, right? But if you don't like the person you're with, you can't hold it together through the worst of it. And that's the goal, is to get through the worst of it.
You know, Emmett,
Listen,
you know what? I have a really amazing solution
like
for you. I have a really amazing solution. And Abe, I want you to listen to this because this probably applies to you too. I don't know if you're married to Agropoulos or Norwegian Dan, but here's the thing that I would say to married people. You can literally save marriage by being an example of yourself, because what you're doing is, when we can all agree that in marriage, you're probably going to have like 3 shitty years and it's not going to be happy, but you're still going to be there despite how you feel. You're going to go to work despite how you feel. Beth is going to say,
no, it's not. It's transactional, Marty. You feel shitty. You have to just leave. It's transactional.
Well, hold on. No,
it's transactional. Listen, it's not. There's no caveat. Listen, I try to bring caveats into it, and you went on ahead and tell me I'm full of shit. So I go ahead and tell you guys are full of shit. Okay, it's transactional.
No, this is true. This is true. If I'm with
you just leave and you feel better, and that's it, right? That's how it works.
Here's the thing, it doesn't matter how you feel, we stick to it. If you can be an example, if Abe's married and he's the example of this, his kids see this, they pattern this behavior onto themselves and map it onto the next society before them. This is a great solution. We could start with our own homes.
Why do you stick to it if it's transactional?
Because everything else is transactional. You can't get out of any relationship not being transactional. Doesn't exist.
Why? Yeah. Why? If I'm purely transactional, like I'm basing everything in just a transaction, and I'm not getting a good transaction anymore. Why?
No, you're not basing it. A relationship is transactional, whether or not you want it to be or not.
That is, listen, if it's transactional because it's an ease, and that's how it is. Okay, I'm gonna base it on the transaction.
Emmett, it's like
like if you're that unevenly yoked, I mean, sometimes there are reasons for getting divorced, but I mean,
I understand there are reasons to getting divorced. I agree with
what that means.
But on the same note,
I agree.
Emmett, it's like I was just saying, even though it's transactional, there is still a very strong emotional foundation that's there. Even when you have those time frames when you don't like each other. Because
if I tell my wife, hey, I picked her up, carried her to the room, I took care of business, she can say, hey, babe, I got you next time. What is that? Is that not positive transaction?
Emotions are not. Okay, emotions are not transactional. They're not material, so there can't be transactional.
No, I picked her up physically, brought her to the room, manhandled her, and then she slaps me on the butt and says, I got you next time, babe. Do I have to be emotional to do this?
I think emotions are transactional.
What if she says no?
If I'm nice to you, you're nice to me, right? If I'm nice,
what if you're doing that and you're very into it and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be great, and she's like, fuck no, and then she's like, I don't want this anymore. I don't like this transaction.
She's admitting her side of the transaction. Yeah, you're proving my whole point.
Yeah. No, you're proving my whole point. I don't know why you should stay on a 3-year period. It's very shitty if it's purely transactional. So I'm asking you, why? Why, if it's purely transactional, I have to stay?
Well, no, nobody ever says that. Just like nobody says, well, you're using forced doctrine because I have to stay because just because I can use it. Nobody ever says these things. We're talking about things and metrics in the universe that exist absent us even saying this. Yeah. So you ever heard of unwritten rules before? If I walk into a room and I shake Abe's hand, or actually Agropoulos' hand, and he's a Floridian from Georgia, base, by the way, and he gives me the fish hand, I'm going to be like, I'm going to size the shit up out of this guy and be like, no, this guy's not a fighter. I don't think this is a real man. I'm just using my own metric, right? We just had a transaction from using this. It's an unwritten rule. I don't tell him I'm sizing him up, but automatically I'm going to do this. In relationships, we do this all the time.
And let's say it happens
whether or not you say it does or doesn't.
You can even take like the romantic relationship out and look at it from a friendship way. Even on a friendship level, right? Or even a stranger level. If I meet someone and they give me a warm hello, I am transactionally going to probably give them back a warm hello, You know what I'm saying? It applies to everything within human behavior. Everything is transactional.
I don't think so. This
Approach determines response. That's basically what she's saying.
It's kind of like Emmett. Look, if you walk into a tomato store and you're like, I want one of those tomatoes, and they're like, it's $1, and you're like, well, I'll give you 50 cents. Do you really expect them to give you a tomato, or are you going to be fucking walking away without a tomato? Just saying.
Yeah.
Like
that is that is an economic transaction. how weird, right?
That's
go ahead in the
that's one form of transaction.
But that's very fucking shitty for 3 years, and I'm like, I don't want to do this business anymore. Why is it?
There's
why
15 versions of there's 15 versions of transactions. I can tell you.
Yeah, but he's asking why.
I'm gonna go ahead with AgriLab, please. He gave me the option, and he said that this was a transaction like a tomato. So I have a business. My business has been up 3 years, very shitty. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Why should I keep the business going?
Well, that's actually proving my point that it's transactional. Hold on, let me equate this to marriage that we were talking about. Let's say I'm in a sexless relationship and there's no sex for 9 months. Why should I keep it going?
That's the question. The question is, should I keep it going or not?
Well, that's to be dependent on the two people making this transactional relationship work or not, whether or not it's worth their investment or not.
Think about the business. The business is, I have this business, okay? It's been shit for 3 years. Why should I keep doing the business?
Like I was trying to say, let's just say the tomato vendor was like, I'll give it to you for 75 cents and you can meet in the middle. There's always compromise. You have to have compromise in a relationship, bro.
Yeah, there's going to be compromise, even down
to the basic level of fucking tomato for $1. I mean, I'm just breaking it down to simple.
And the thing is, you can set a goal, right? During those shitty times, Emmett. During those shitty times, right?
Like you can set a goal. No.
Wait. Okay. I can't hear you.
So let's say that I'm married to. I keep using the whole married to Beth. Pardon me, Beth. Hopefully you're okay with this.
You're good.
We're married to Beth, and she's a really sweet wife.
Question, and you're going to drag me back, and you're never going to answer my question.
What is your question? I'll answer it.
I have a business. It's been shitty for 3 years. Why should I keep doing the business?
I actually answered the question. I said it's up to the people deciding whether or not they want this unequal value exchange or not.
I was trying to even give you another one and say that, maybe in those situations, as a couple, you set a goal and be like, this is where we need to be, or we're going to have to call it quits.
Yeah. Okay. And also, you're starting it off with like it's a business. Relationships shouldn't be like a business, bro.
That's where I disagree with what I'm saying. Say that there's more to the emotional part of it than there is the utility.
And not only that, but let's say you're a CEO of a major business. Do you love that business more than you would love a relationship? That would be the only close comparison.
His next issue, right? But wouldn't the next issue be you took vows?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You took vows.
What's different about all this? It doesn't matter about the tomato. It doesn't matter if you're CEO. Okay. You took vows, and it's completely different. It's not a business transactional relationship anymore.
I agree. I think it's not purely transactional.
You started off with it's a transaction. That's what
I've been married before, and it's still kind of business.
Yeah, he said it isn't.
There's a
Emmett said it is not
purely transactional. I'm saying that it isn't. A marriage is not purely transactional. There are values and ethics involved in it, and you have to agree with that.
It's not purely transactional, but you said it's not transactional. That's why I said that.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm just being autistic or something at the moment.
I didn't say that.
You did say it's purely transactional, but okay.
He said that he thought that Marte was saying it was purely transactional, and then he thought Beth was saying it was purely transactional. His whole argument was that it shouldn't be transactional.
So he was repeating his point. Gotcha.
Yeah.
My mistake.
It's not that it's purely transactional, but it is a transaction.
Marte said.
Yeah, it's not purely transactional, but you can't get out of it being transactional nonetheless. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. I heard that it was purely transactional, Abe. I don't know if I'm right. Can you tell me if I'm right or not?
No, it's going to be transactional regardless, but that's not what we're basing marriage on. That's my whole point.
That there's going to be a lot of transaction to it, but there's more than just that that's supposed to hold you together.
Right.
So
that was my point too. Yeah.
So I was right when I said that it
too.
wasn't purely transactional, that there's
Yes.
ethics and morals and
Yes.
transcendentals on it that should we protect. That's my point.
Yep.
Of
Yeah,
course,
but
there's a
when you
lot
come
baked
at it
into
with
it, I
like
agree.
you're like we have disagreements, so they go to jail. I mean, that's why we're asking for the nuances, man.
Disagreements. No, I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah,
the
like
disagreement.
I
you
just
can-
don't like
you
this
can
person, so I'm gonna divorce, and therefore they go to jail because I want to divorce because I don't like them anymore. Like let's
can
have some
disa-
nuances.
In marriage, you can disagree. I can even tell you there are reasons for divorce, and in those
Yes.
reasons for divorce, you will
Me and
be
you
perfectly
agree on
fine
those.
because those are proper reasons for divorce. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, your feelings. Okay, there are things that supersede your feelings. There are moments in life when you have to supersede your feelings, even in shitty transactions that you don't like.
I,
Okay,
above
and you
all
have-
people, agree with you on this.
I agree.
yes,
Yes.
and there
Let's
are
take
moral. Okay, and there are
I can
moral
put the perfect
standards.
example for this.
Yeah,
I put
and there are
perfect
moral
example for this.
standards,
All
and
right.
there are moral standards that need to be held by society. In this case, if men are the ones that are setting the force, why shouldn't they enforce marriage?
Because sometimes things happen that really seriously break people. Okay, and a perfect example is like, God forbid, the death of a child. Okay, sometimes a couple cannot recover from losing a child
Or
no
having
matter
a
how
child
hard they try.
and the death
There's
of
a
your spouse.
yeah, and but that's the thing is now we're
Mm.
talking about, can a marriage stay together? Not so much, the subtraction of one spouse. So
Let's
the
say,
death of a child works a little bit better, okay? Because there's a lot of
okay,
transaction that's going to have to go into how you process and how you deal with that situation.
okay, Beth.
However, this situation is sometimes so bad that, and it's the most common thing that couples cannot last through.
But that's what we're leading into is people
Okay,
that have had children, like or want to have
yeah.
children. I mean, that
Okay, Beth. Let me ask you this question, this hypothetical. Okay,
a
let's say
family.
that happened.
Yeah.
Woman has a miscarriage, unfortunately.
No. Let's go with a child that's already been alive in this world.
Okay, that's fine. It's a child. It dies tragically. Okay,
Because the father has to feel it too. Both sides need to feel this for the hypothetical.
I think. Well, listen. I'm pretty sure that men feel the loss of a child,
They
even
feel
in
it worse
miscarriages.
when they get to know the kid.
They
feel it worse.
I've okay. I'm not gonna get into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the point is there are two. Child is there. It dies. It's a tragic death. It sucks. It's bad. Okay. Wife. The wife wants to keep the marriage because that okay, and the guy, the husband, is completely destroyed, and he decides to leave the marriage. Do you think it's moral for the husband to deprive the wife from himself?
I think that there are circumstances that occur in life where people just can't recover from them. And so in a situation like that, here's the other thing that you need to think about is, especially in a situation like that, if you don't think that his damage isn't going to destroy the relationship, like because it's got that transaction to it, right? You're constantly in a give and take within a marriage.
Let's say you don't know. There's a 50-50 chance. Let's say that there's a 50% chance that he's going to stay there and he's going to become the most loving husband that there could be in a year, and they can even get another kid. And there's a 50% chance that they're going to, and there's a 50% chance that it destroys them both.
There's a problem here that you're not seeing. The problem is this: the fact that if you look at secular society, would you, and I'll even ask you a question, do you think that secular marriage should be different from religious marriage? Do you think it's obviously different?
I think it's obviously different, yes.
Okay, great. Your prescription, are you trying to make this unanimous for covenants in regular, traditional, secular marriages? Are you trying to make this equal across the board?
Yeah, I mean, it's law. There would be. It's obviously not a thing, and I'm not trying to make it. So this is why it gets a little bit hard, because the hypothetical is just trying to test the logic on the enforcement of men. I'm not actually trying to pass a law. Does that make sense?
No, I'm saying, so if you're going to be consistent to test the logic, we have to realize that it's not going to be consistent because there are two different ideals. When you have orthodoxy, yes, by all means, if the church declares that we should have forced marriage, whatever, we're going to do that. But then you're saying, well, marriage, we need to define what marriage we're talking about because there's secular marriage. Are we going to force seculars to do this? Because then again, that's forcing a covenantal belief on secular society doesn't even believe in this.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I understand that, and I can even grant like a bit of that. I think that there's an argument to make when it comes to secular, because I think all they know is force at the end of the day. So it would be based on preference, literally, right? So if I go ahead and I make the argument for peer preference that I prefer marriage to be enforced, that it isn't enforced, I don't see why there's a problem in the logic there. But I can even agree with you. There's a difference between a covenant and a secular.
That would be hard to enforce. You could probably make an argument for like, okay, for orthodoxy, yeah, we probably say like, let's say if everybody, even including the clergy, everybody, the apostolic succession, everybody agrees that this happens. Yeah, but then again, orthodoxy has the lowest divorce rate at 9% statistically already. So.
Yeah, that's why I said that it would be probably like, I think it will be different for us because we see marriage in another light.
Way different,
right? Yeah. So I'm not.
I think we can actually agree, believe it or not. My preferencist is your full name. I think we can agree on this.
Oh, this is what's a joke. I was like, I had like.
It's making fun of everybody.
Like current monarchist or something like that, and then I went into a panel and we had a small debate about monarchy and democracy, and then I changed it to more preferences because I was just going to use my preference from now on.
It's funny, you got two contradictions working for you. You're feminist, which you can't be because you're orthodox, and also my preferences. We're not
feminist. It doesn't say feminist. It says feminism as an explanation. You muted yourself, Martin.
I was not I keep doing that. Still in debate mode from that woman earlier. By the way, if you guys ever get a chance to check out the debate, very entertaining, by the way. So, yeah, you have two things, preferences and feminism. Well, I could say, well, feminist, right? That's a representative of feminism, same thing. So,
well, the point of this is like, it's saying aliens as the explanation. So it's like feminism as the explanation. That's the joke.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
And my preferences is just like, I was just gonna use my preference from now on, but apparently I can't. I can get away from this. And no, listen, there's a lot of people that this is the reaction I get every single time. Like, you just want to put everybody in jail. And I'm like, I don't even think most people would go to jail. I think most people.
I've never even said that.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen. You know, but it's for me, it's a very funny question, because I just want to test, like, if we actually are willing to get men to use power, to use force to do something that I believe is moral. Maybe you don't believe it's moral, but the point is to do something for morality, right?
Yeah, I think we use force. Like, I'll use Abe Dinkus for example. He's been married, I believe, for a very long time, and I think that if he provides an example of this patriarchal structure, rule of the father, and such, I think that this can be mapped onto his kids, and by then that's a term of force, because presence is also the first use of force continuum. So his presence as a father is using force. It's always used. So I think that that's the best solution, in my opinion, that we're doing right now. Ourselves have to be the examples, and we have to do this, because we can't force anybody to do anything else outside of us unless it's like dire straits. So
I think I think we can. Okay, but that's a different topic.
Dire straits. I chose my language correctly.
Yeah. I'll say there's a standard in my relationship that I have to hold myself to, right? I love my wife, and my wife respects me as her husband, and that is the key. Absolutely. And you need to make yourself respectable, and she has to make herself lovable. So
even as Christians, we're supposed to lead by example, you know, and that's the thing is it's not running around beating people over the heads with Bibles. It's a matter of you see how I live my life and my happiness and want to emulate that. And that's what brings people into the church.
You know what the beautiful thing about this whole conversation is? The solution's also in the opposition too. If Abe's walking down the street and then he hears this woman say, "That's why I left that and whatever this is, and I took the kids in the house and everything," he now can see the distinction of what he doesn't want, because there can't be sunshine without darkness. If we have examples of what we don't want, to be honest, I think that can be good to some degree, because if we don't have a bad example, we can't show our kids this is what you don't want to end up like the Petersons down the block. Like, we can now point at something that's like a bad thing that we don't want. But absent any of this, it's going to happen regardless.
I think the problem that I see with that is that I see 50% of the people being the Petersons, right? I don't think we don't want 50% of the people being
You're not wrong.
We need a society.
But here's the thing,
so far away from it.
Christians are outproducing everybody else. Christians are outproducing seculars because they don't have a flourishing society. We're beating them in every regard. So when we talk about the 50%, they have genetic dead ends, which are these transformers. They have genetic dead ends, transitioning children, and also alternate lifestyle themselves. They're not producing at the rate we are. We're flourishing. The only opposition we have, actually, if we're going to have a real argument, is Islam. Yeah. Truly, that's it, because they're destroying themselves because they're not producing.
I don't know. Have you taken a look at some of the Protestant churches lately? Like there's a lot of Christians who aren't really Christians.
They're destroying themselves because a lot of those Christians, Protestants, are saying, well, we should be able to delete children because we have a female pastor that said so.
And
it's going to happen by proxy.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that.
Fair.
Yeah, as I said, it's a test of logic, and I like to go through the ideas. And I know we get heated, and this is an argument that I really like to have, and I've had it a couple of times. Most of the times it devolves into attacking me, which I don't really care.
Abe has seen me debate. I don't attack the person. Well, today I actually attacked her because I got attacked, but that's different. I match people with their energy. That's it.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to get the ideas out, and I think this was a really good conversation, and it get a little bit deeper into the idea that I have and why am I doing it, right? Because most of the time it just gets into who left you, your mom and your dad and your husband, and what are you, how many kids do you have, and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I got today in the debate. She was like, "You were married, weren't you? And she left you. Why did she leave you?" And I was like, that has nothing to do with the question I asked you. Can we get back to the question? It's like, I'm just going to attack you because I'm a high caloric black woman, and it's just blah. It's bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's just all bad, bro.
I hope a smoking spaceman was here, because he was kind of pretty much saying that he didn't understand how we're gonna apply it to society, and that's not the point of the debate and the question. It's never been the point about how we apply it. It's just a test of logic. Yeah,
it's a test of logical consistency.
Yeah. I'm not even thinking that there's a lot. I mean, if we were going to do that, first off, I think it's impossible at the moment because of the culture. But if we were going to do anything like that, it would have to go through a lot of minutiae, and I would literally just prefer to have the church as some biases, as working with the state so they can deal with these kind of issues. That would be my actual solution to this problem. It's just a question of consistency.
I think it's going to be good, because I think that if you have the state working in conjunction with the church, I think we could work in tandem. I think that, to be honest, I don't know if everybody agrees with me on the panel, I think the state should be hands off, because all this is turned into is a weaponized business on both ends. You have people celebrating. This is what I brought up in the marriage debate today. I said, you don't have men celebrating divorces. Women are holding divorce parties. What is this? I'm celebrating, I'm getting half of this shit. And if we think about it, it's really materialism that we're using because the state's involved. So now that you turn this into a business, think about dating as a construct. We're having dating, right? And this is, everybody on this panel could say, well, we date to marry. Well, what do you need to have, right? People are saying, well, if I don't have this ring that's worth 9 months of your payment, it needs to be worth. So now we have standards on these things before you get into a. There's so much materialism in marriage, and I think that's a viable problem we can point to.
You're with the state involved or not with the state involved? I don't.
No, well, he's saying that the state will be hands off. They wouldn't be involved in the institution. They will be leaving that to the church.
Okay.
Yeah, the state should be hands off.
It sounded at first like he believed he agreed with you that they should kind of combine, like you're saying, Emmett.
Oh no, you can't. Those are two governing bodies. You can't combine the two.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with this is you're going to have interaction. So, like, let's say the church,
of course,
the state says we're going to have our hand off marriage. The thing where I think the state should be involved is if the father says, hey, listen, she's destitute. She has nothing. She has these kids. We should be able to enforce child support. We're going to use the arm of the law to enforce this through paperwork, things like that, to conscript these men to do that. I think that's
I completely understand. I just misunderstood.
It's what it means is that they work a little bit together in the sense that the church will be asking the state for certain enforcement in case that it's needed according to what the church thinks.
Yeah,
that's for example the child support thing. That would be an example of it.
Or if, like, let's say you have a husband that's beating the shit out of his wife. She comes in, she has welts. Her orbital sockets blown out, all this other stuff. She's like, hey, I was wondering if something can happen. I need to seek refuge, or, the state can get involved with that too. So, yeah.
Well, that would be mostly the church, but the state can get involved into preventing.
Well, the state's going to be
saying. Certain reasons why the state would get involved, of course. Yeah.
Especially if there's kids involved. Yeah, the state, I would say the state should get involved, not just the church. Because we've seen that from the Catholic perspective, with the Catholic just saying, we're just going to police our own. Yeah, look at what's, I don't want to go into that. It's a bad topic, but yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's the point. Fun debate. I liked it.
I like the best one I've had so far. There was a dog in the background involved. I think that's awesome. So
the dog?
Yeah.
That's my dog, Alaska, by the way. He's a brat.
Awesome.
He's my best friend. He keeps me busy and out of trouble.
Awesome.
I got 3 kids for that.
Usually he interrupts a hell of a lot. See, my kids are like practically grown. I've got one who's off in college. God help me. And then
I can't wait.
My 16-year-old can't wait to get out of the house. He is like, yeah, I'm going.
I can't wait.
No, not kind of drunk. Yeah. I don't drink. Sorry. Nice try.
Yeah, I don't drink or smoke either. So
I definitely drink, but I'm definitely not drunk.
You haven't learned anything from the Smoky Man band?
No, like that. No. Andrew's the bomb, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. That's all I can say.
He's great. I'm just saying that because that's what people say about him. It's like the greatest criticism of him is always being a smoky man.
I do everything like drinking and smoking. I do it all completely away from my children. They do not know anything about my shit.
Have any of you seen me before on any panels or debates?
I have.
With the Crucible. A bunch of us we're all Crucible people, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys see me and Andrew. We're teaming up for something else in the future, but I told him I'm not teaming up with Andrew until I can get him to shut up for once during a debate. So.
Good luck.
Good luck on that one, man.
You got to plan it ahead of time.
Just not giving me space and time to talk.
Better plan it ahead of time, then.
He has a way of making the left side of your face go numb.
Yep.
Maybe the right.
Yes, he does.
Especially if you're on the receiving end of it.
Yes. You're always going to be on the receiving end with Andrew.
Just know that if it's bad on my side, I can only imagine what they're dealing with, especially in a debate. So,
they got debate club,
if you ever get,
and they're often on there.
Are you in the Discord?
I'm in the debate club. I'm one of the members. I rec people in debates in the Crucible Discord all the time. Well,
sweet.
I'd like to think I do.
Yeah, Corinth. I already dealt with Corinth a couple of times, and I learned to stay in my lane.
I should go in and just talk shit to Corinth to see if he can fight back. I just want to see him
Can you
fight
let me
once.
know if you're going to, please?
He's always got a way to fight back.
Yeah, good luck. I'll tell Corinth good luck. How about that?
What's up,
Before he debates me.
Good to see
What's
you.
up, Dusty?
Yeah. So anybody can get it, even Abe. You know what? The first time me and Abe met was during a debate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think I vaguely remember who Abe was, but Abe was like, I definitely know who the fuck you are. It's like, okay, all right, whatever, bro. Good luck, bro. That was it.
Yep. That was for fun.
Yeah. If you ever,
they're always not
if
for
Rob
fun. I'm
Noor,
going to destroy anyways. So.
wait, if Rob Noor ever tells you to team up with him, expect the same thing that you expect with Andrew. Okay?
No,
Just
Rob Noor, I can interrupt him. I've interrupted him so many different times and got words in. We were supposed to have a debate
together.
We were supposed to have a debate, but the guy pulled out. The two guys pulled out. So the debate today was supposed to be with me, Jake Rattlesnake, versus two hyper feminists. So
yeah, they pulled out too.
Yep. That tends to happen, it seems.
You know what's a great book? What a great item to buy. It's this.
Already got it.
I am.
Oh my gosh.
So here's a bit of news. I have a book that I'm publishing in 4 months, and Rachel Wilson is writing the forward.
That one?
Yes. So I have a book that I'm publishing in 4 months. Rachel Wilson's writing the forward to this, and then Rollo Tomasi's on board to write the forward as well too.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
So two writers. I think it's going to be a pretty good book. It's going to piss off a lot of feminists. So I'm going to be on panels defending this book the whole time. It's going to be cumbersome.
I'm going to say that's a nearly odd combination, actually.
Yeah,
but I think both of them have their input on the subject matter of this book I'm writing. So it's relevant.
Once it's out, you have to come to Abes' channel and just grift it.
Watching my daughter, like she's getting her BA. She should be done the end of the year, right? Seeing everything, like the progression from the time she was in high school, living in my home, to like where she's at now, off at university. I don't even know her anymore. Like it's been absolutely like I mean, I understand what she wants to do with her life requires a degree, and I was trying to be that supportive mom and all that, but wow, I screwed up. Like I looked at my son and I was like, you are not going to college. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening. Because oh my God. It's scary.
Okay, I'll be back in a second, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, you're fine. Preferences.
My preferences, okay? It's
my preferences.
You have a preference to go use the restroom if you want. Just use your preferences, bro.
I know. My preference is to stay here now. I'll be back.
Okay, you're exercising your preferential right. Good.
He's like, I'm getting a urinal. Screw this.
Pee in a cup like it's normal, guys, when we're streaming. Yeah, use a jug. Trucker method, bro.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Slurping.
The one who can't do that, it's like, yeah, I'm obviously not included in this group.
That's okay.
They make female urinals too. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I worked in healthcare for over a decade. That's the only reason why I know this.
Oh yeah, them wicking things are just crazy looking.
Oh man, the ones that like have like the tape that.
No, they're like blue, and then they've got like a wicking thing on both sides, and you just like press it between the lips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's attached to the suction on the wall, and you just turn on the suction a certain. Yeah.
All my patients were long-term care, so they like just taped right on, and you know.
Oh no, these were made specifically for long-term care because I mean they were disposable, or they still use them, but yeah. Anyways, use them for a couple of days, toss them, throw in a new one. You're good.
They made a great joke about a Brazilian, and it just did. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Wax job would be great with those things.
Kat knows what I'm talking about. Kat knows what I'm talking about.
I thought you meant Brazilian wax.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Never mind. Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Never mind.
So, anyways, what was the
Did I
dumbest
make
thing
you
the feminists
blush?
did today, Mark?
What was that?
What's the dumbest thing you heard out of the feminists today?
Her opening statement. It was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Her opening statement was basically, women don't want to marry because we make more than you. Therefore, we don't want men because we don't see any men that we want. To summarize, like she literally just hung herself. And the debate prompt is, are women responsible for the decline of marriage? That was literally like I gave you the synopsis of her opening. That was her opening statement. I was like, all right, if you just want me to stomp you, you just did it to yourself and help me out.
Yeah.
So
that's how, I don't know. I've heard some wild ones, but that seems like it just, I wouldn't even know where to go with it at first with her.
Yeah, she contradicted herself so many times. She said, well, I need a man to lead, but I don't want him to lead a certain way. If he doesn't lead a certain way, then I don't want him to lead. Which one is it? Because if he doesn't lead how you want him to lead, that makes you the leader, not him. So it's like I called her out on all these contradictions she made, and I'm just like, my brain was hurting at the end. We had open panel, and the open panel converged like Voltron, and literally just I watched it, ate popcorn as they ate her alive. It was just crazy.
I have no doubt. Well, it's because a lot of the women today, none of them have to take accountability for anything, right? Not any decisions, not any of their feelings, not even their self-control. And we see this, like, especially with the younger group, the level of self-control has just gone right down in the shitter. And then while they're at it, when everybody gets sick and tired of that shit, they just blame everybody else for being the problem rather than realizing that they have no goddamn self-control. And then wonder why marriage is on the decline.
Well, that's the thing, though. She tried to attack me. She said, well, you're on steroids and all this other stuff. And she said, and you won't shut your mouth. I said, you do the opposite. You're losing the battle of the fork. And I said, not only are you losing the battle of the fork, you're stomping your whole argument worse than your first step out of bed every morning. So it's like, I literally she tried to go ad hom. And I was like, no, I'm not the one to do this with, bro. Like, she got stopped. It was just bad. The super chats were roasting her at the same time, too. It just ended up being this whole, she just kept hanging herself with rope the whole time.
It's because they think they can hit and won't get hit back. And, even verbally speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in her bio, I told her, do you use they and them? Because I'm debating more than one person right here on screen. And then not to mention that, but in her bio originally on her platform she uses, she says she's a comedian and not one of us laughed the whole time. So I blast her on that. And yeah, she left herself wide open. If you want to hit me and attack and you want to do this, we can do it. And then she backed down from doing that and it just ended up bad.
I do my very best not to add on anybody, but yeah, I match the tone with people. If somebody's going to yell at me, it depends. Women, I'll yell back.
Yeah, she took it like a champ, but she's going to tell everybody she ate. The only thing you ate was everything at a buffet and not this debate. You ate all these L's. That's it. Yeah, I mean, but she's like, oh, girl, girl, I just ate. He ate. He had to take this because I ate, girl.
Yeah, I watched a small portion of it while you were doing it off and on today, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, she was getting stopped the whole time. Like, I was like, this is easy. Like, Abe, can you call 911 on this woman because she needs help?
It was like, and just insult, and then he throws one, and she's like, I was like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, man. She got, I don't know what's going to stop, but I have an endless pool of feminists that want to debate me. So it's going to be nonstop. So at some point, you're going to see me and Jake rattlesnake tangle with these women. He just wants a heads up next time because he's like, oh, 7 o'clock in the morning is too early for me, whatever. So.
Yeah, no, of course. It just gives them another reason or excuse to demonize yet another man. Because how dare you tell them anything?
Well, how can this ever be your fault if you're going to point at society? And then when I asked her in the debate, she said, well, society's making us leave marriage and telling us not to, inform us to promote marriage. And then when I asked her, I said, can you define what society is? She couldn't define what society is. She said, well, them, who's them? She could never give me a definition for this. And I said, okay, well, on one hand, you say you don't know who them is, but on the other hand, out two sides of your mouth, you're saying, well, my mothers and daughters are saying don't get married. So I don't know. She wrecked her own argument. It was good. I just sat back and watched her wreck herself half the time, and that was it.
You gotta love it. Just let them. You stoke the anger to the point where they lose that self-control, and then they just make fabulous asses out of themselves.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but the best people that I've debated were male feminists. And when I say best, they're the toughest. So in Andrew's last debate, the guy recruited was the male journalist. He was like 19-year veteran on the LA Times. That guy with Chuck. I destroyed Chuck. I soloed Chuck with Fatty one time and literally destroyed her. She said, what did she call me, a cuck, in the last debate with Andrew Wilson? And I was like, I don't even have to say anything because what's left over after he got done with you? So it's like, I don't understand these people. That guy, he was actually halfway decent. He just had a bad circular argument.
Yeah, I kind of
halfway decent. Doesn't mean he was good.
I can't remember how they put it, but like even Sarah like lost it because he literally said, he even admitted his argument was circular, but the way that he said it was freaking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, he said my argument goes in a circle, but it's not circular, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, are you fucking serious, bro? Somebody literally super chatted it and sent it to him. So Colt looked at this and he was like, oh, I don't know what to say. Like, crazy.
Oh man, have you gone up against First Amender yet?
He would get destroyed. I would wreck the shit out of him.
I know. I want to watch because it'd be funny.
The First Amender, the thing about First Offender, he makes Ned Flanders look alpha. The problem with him is he's like he'll lay down and show his tummy the first time like we get in 5 minutes into the debate. So
he's gonna be saying, calm down, Martin. Calm down, sir. Calm down, sir. Yeah. I see it coming already.
All he's gonna do is make me laugh at him. That's it.
I love it when he gets upset and James puts him in the fucking jail.
I'm talking. Sir, I'm talking.
Yeah, sir, I'm talking.
Yeah, pretty much. He can do that all he wants to. It's not going to help him out. And then telling me I'm wrong doesn't prove that I'm wrong, First Amender. Yeah, good luck, bro. You're wrong. Well, yeah, telling me I'm wrong doesn't show me. Can you show me and demonstrate? Well, there's a demonstration. You won't let me get to it. I just asked you. Like, that's how the debate's going to go.
I did demonstrate it. You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, it's going to be obfuscation the whole debate.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
I would want to see that one.
I will say at my rate that I'm going, I don't know if Abe would agree with me on this. I'm going to run into circles with Destiny at some point, and it's going to be ugly. So, yeah.
That's going to be funny too.
And trust me, I'm going to blast that and clip the shit out of that. So I look forward to that as well.
Don't leave me out, please.
Yeah.
The Coomer in charge is probably going to be running in a circle with me, and we're going to butt heads at some point. It's going to happen.
Say what?
I was saying that me and Destiny are probably at this rate. Abe, do you think me and Destiny are going to run into each other because I'm just grinding this whole period?
Probably inevitable at some point.
Yeah, because all I'm doing is reaching for leftists this whole time and battling feminists. It's going to happen. I'm battling like Chuck, people like Chuck, prominent. I mean, I don't know how prominent she is, but I've destroyed Chuck and her partner in a 2v2 before. So it's going to happen eventually, I think.
I would guess that's true.
So what's happening next is I think here's Morgan maybe next month, but then I have Access Vegas with Rollo Tomasi and Michael Sartine on the 17th, which may turn into a debate with one big individual who I don't know if he's actually going to show up at this point now. And then after that, I have a couple of other spots I need to show up for. I think whatever, maybe in the future as well at some point too. So
nice.
For fun.
I don't know if I can sit for 10 hours and just listen. That's the problem.
It's a lot.
I did a 4-hour debate today, but that's like 12 hours, 10. I don't know how my brain would melt.
Whatever's
by
like
hour.
At least 6 to 8 hours.
That's crazy.
And staying engaged the entire time, like in active engagement conversation.
I don't know how Andrew does this. I don't know how he does this. It's crazy. The guy's superhuman. He did 3 debates back to back, and then he got roasted by me. I don't know if you guys saw that. I roasted the shit out of him. We had a roast session. It was me, Jay Dyer, Rob Knorr, a couple of other people, and I showed him a picture of him eating pineapple pizza on the debate.
That was the other night. Yeah.
I know how to keep Marte busy at whatever. They just need to put Desiree on the same episode.
Oh man.
Man, you're talking about me having a mental health day. It'll be the first time I ever have this afterwards. That's crazy.
The left side of your head's gonna go numb.
No, that's only when Andrew
you have the Bell's palsy afterwards. It'll be our first documented case of Bell's palsy from dealing with a woman.
Yeah, Desiree would frustrate the shit out of me. I don't know how anybody. I have long patience. My patience is far and wide. I'm pretty sure Abe's seen a semblance of this. I don't get triggered. I don't, crash out, as they say. I don't get emotional. But I think just pure frustration, Desiree.
Oh man, somebody's got something loud. Sounds like somebody's got an airplane.
What is that?
Oh, is it Dan? Is there a boat?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. They're probably Dan. Oh yeah,
it was Dan.
Muted.
I think he's
those
fishing.
Norwegians.
I think he's
those
out
damn
fishing.
Norwegians. You guys failed at the thing. Have you ever seen John Carpenter's thing where they failed and the expedition was screwed because they didn't have it right?
Yeah.
Something with my mic.
Failed and doomed
Yeah, we
humanity.
hear loud
Bro.
buzzing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Loud buzzing.
I don't
You're
know.
good.
Sorry, Marte. What?
Oh, I was just saying those Norwegians screwed us in the movie called The Thing because they didn't do their job right. So the Americans had to pick up the slack and kill this thing for them. Agaropoulos, you agree with me, right? You've seen the movie?
Yes.
Where the Norwegians fucked up. Thank you a lot, Norwegians.
That's why we got Hollywood. You got to
forever.
figure something out. It's all fantasy, but hey.
Yeah, you guys are almost as bad as Canadians and Australians in that movie. That's horrible.
What do you have movies for?
Yeah, so we can imagine that we don't really have to deal with picking up the slack. I love it. Even though it is real life.
Oh, man.
Often.
Yeah. I just wanted to stop by, say hi to you guys, and I told Abe that I would stop by and kind of bullshit with you guys. So
you missed the really funny shit earlier.
I bet I did.
Weird.
I probably bet I did.
You should rewatch it.
He caught up with it enough to have a 1v1 with Emmett. So I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah, which was good. We had a pretty fair one-on-one exchange. It was good.
Yeah. Am I hearing that you're rage quitting? I won.
You're gonna use this
opposite of rage quitting.
You quit, you lose.
Like, sorry, I gotta go. It's that time.
You quit, you lose.
Be the first L I've ever taken in a debate this year, I think, in my opinion.
The biggest L in the roast panel, though, it was Rob Knorr with his chalk color.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He had this thing glowing from his neck, and he's like,
"Could you turn your chalk color down a little bit, Rob? It's so bad."
He got mad and threw it on his desk. He was pissed.
That was
and
so
then
funny.
his screen froze, and I said, "Is that your PFP?" So bad.
It was so good, dude. He looked like he was stuck in a stroke for a second.
Then he said, Andrew said, "Oh, you got to go because I called ICE raid on your house." So bad.
No, he was like,
It was so good. He's like,
I have to take care
for
of
like
the work.
forever, man. It was like, whoa.
I do gotta say the best roast was mine's when I showed him eating a pineapple pizza, and Andrew was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." He was like, "I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna leave because pineapples." I've had my.
It's like, that's AI. That's AI.
Yeah, Photoshop.
Yeah,
That's AI. I'm like, no, bro.
They AI'd that pineapple.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, it was so. And then I said, what did I do? I said that I sent her those super chats.
The other part that was really funny was
What's that guy's name? I forgot his name. The guy with the beard with the eyeliner.
Oh,
Misfit Patrick.
I said that he looks like he closes fridges with his hips. I started roasting him from the super chats because it's so bad. What did somebody said? He looked like he eats hot dogs from the side. Like,
Pinky's out. Pinky's out.
Oh no, not hot dogs again. You're gonna get the chat.
I got Andrew good, and it's like, I didn't say much, but I got him good, and that was it. So it's hard for me to really talk shit about a guy that's that good, to be honest. So
it was fun. I don't know what Mr. Patrick was doing there, to be honest. But
I don't understand why. I think he was supposed to be the antagonist in the whole panel because you need one, right? And he was the guy. So
yeah, the Jay Dyer Ryan debate was amazing. That was funny.
So goofy.
Jake said that we look like good cop and bad cop because I wore the ice hat and I was just like, this guy, yeah, fucking got jokes.
Marte, there's a question in the chat of how you cook your hot dogs.
You know what? I cook them like everybody else.
It's been an ongoing thing the whole stream.
Microwave,
Everybody's talking about how everybody's like.
water.
I've been saying, look, if you spiral cut them, soak them in barbecue sauce, grill them till they're done, they're fucking bomb.
That sounds actually fucking good.
Everybody's ignoring it and they're talking all their shit about microwaving. But
I'm gonna try your method.
I promise you
sounds
won't
good.
be disappointed. Spiral cut it down, soak it in barbecue sauce about an hour, grill it till it's done. Bomb.
See, I have a recipe for a homemade zucchini relish that is
No, that's not a hot dog.
bomb. And
Now we're talking about something else. You changed the goalpost.
That's one. That's one.
I'm starving. I gotta run.
Yeah.
But
It's hot dogs or not.
hey,
nice to meet you, Marte. Hope to see you again.
good to do an exchange with you. So now you know what it's like being in the ring with me. Agropolis, Beth, Norwegian, you guys suck for almost dooming humanity, by the way, too. Beth's dog, Alaska. Tell your dog I said what's up to him. So
I'll take it, Marte.
Yeah, I get points because I got the dog.
Yeah, for sure.
I've got 3 dogs.
But then again, hold on. You dogfished me. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Peace out.
I'll do
Have
my
a good
part.
night.
Peace, Marte.
It was nice to meet you.
Oh, that's funny.
Ignore the microwave heretics. Yes, smoking.
I gotta say,
It's all about
I'm
the
blacker.
toasters,
I'm
Beth.
blacker than him, though. I mean, he was
blacker
surprised I was white.
Alaska. Come here.
Oh, Black Dan.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna skedaddle on out of here too. It's like 1 a.m. I still got to do dishes.
Good. Fair.
Women duties. But thank you so much for having me up.
Of course.
I want to come
Thanks
back.
for coming.
I'll come and hang out again if you'll have.
Sure. Yeah.
Gentlemen, have a great night. Chat, you guys are awesome as always.
Have a good one, Beth.
Have a good night. Yeah. And then there was
Jesus.
4.
Yeah. And I don't want to overstay my welcome, so you just tell me when to get the hell off.
Did you like that?
Did you like that?
How do you like that? How do you like them apples?
That's K2.
That was-
That's K2's.
Oh, it's so funny. I just came for the hot dogs.
All beef.
Oh, that was so goofy. That was so goofy.
And then you've got some of them that like that pork and chicken shit. And then you got, it's like the all beefs are the best.
Oh, K2 is asking for the link in chat. But it should be pinned, right?
K2 is already up here.
It's not now. I can repin.
Yeah.
Right now, my Cash App is pinned.
I lost it and had to re-find it and refreshed my page, and it was still there, luckily.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was a laugh fest earlier for sure.
Yeah. It was amazing.
That was pretty funny.
I never said how I like my hot dogs.
How do you like your hot dogs?
Over a campfire.
Wait. Yeah, you did say that. You said that earlier in chat.
I don't remember saying anything. I think
Yeah.
Well, I remember it. I've got a good memory.
I don't remember it.
You did. But it's all good. Those are pretty good too, you know. Just throw them on a stick and stick them over a fire. You're good.
Oh man.
Yeah. I just throw them on the barbecuer. Let everybody else sort it out later.
I can
Did
repeat
you like
my
that?
recipe, but
Did you like that?
Did you like that?
KT, did you like that?
What was a barbecuer?
What? Get out of here with that. The grill, obviously.
I just want to say someone had their vibrator on.
That's
Yeah, so we interchange barbecue with grill sometimes in America. Yeah, so we do that.
I know.
Barbecue is okay, but a barbecuer, that it sounds
Yes,
like
that is
an
different.
executioner.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
The great barbecuer.
Yeah.
But that is the one that's doing the barbecue. No?
So you have your hot dogs over the guy who does the I'm
Yeah, I just put them on people and they cook somehow.
over the
And then
barbecuer. Yes. Put it over the barbecuer.
In fact, sometimes I just invite people over and throw them at them.
Just
You
throw it down
the
the
wieners
hallway.
at the barbecue.
Throw it
I
down the
can make
hallway.
a really
at 'em.
dark joke right now.
Exactly.
Make it-
Down the
make it
hallway. It doesn't
land.
matter where. They might
Yeah.
pull in. I just toss it at them.
If it lands on the grill and cooks itself, that's great.
Sometimes it
we know you
doesn't, and the
can,
dog
K2.
just take it.
Those ones are called dog snacks.
Dog.
Hey, that's a good one.
It's better than tater twats.
That's fair.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
Dude,
What are
I'm
balls,
excited.
Abe?
Huh?
What are balls, Abe? What are
Oh.
balls?
What are balls? What are balls?
Wait,
Define Emmett.
what happened?
Define bowls or
What is-
balls or what?
Did you
Define
say-
what your
Where did
spell
this
what your-
come from? Emmett,
Did you say
what's
balls?
going on?
Did you
Can you
say
spell?
balls?
Can we use this in a sentence?
Can you just do a sentence?
I need my thesaurus for this.
I'm gonna start using that on the debate.
The
Can you
bowl
use
was
that on a sentence?
the bowl was deep in the field.
Ball as the female of cow.
Like,
That was so goofy.
He was being an ass, and I was trying to
I
just
know.
be normal. He's like, oh.
I can't
My-
understand
my-
this guy.
My
Kind of
favorite
understand it.
response from Emmett was, all the white people understood me until you got up here, basically.
Emmett may or may
Well,
not have
Emmett.
said that, but
Emmett, you know what JLP holiday it is this month, right? From
JLP?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
No, I don't know what it's holiday. It's white.
It's
white.
white History
white?
Month.
White
Yep.
History Month. Yeah,
Is it White Month? Yeah, makes sense.
White Month.
White History Month.
It's the
I
White
think that's
Month.
what it's called.
Don't worry about the history part. Just straight up.
So the other ones will just call it like the Black Month, the Hispanic month. You know, the
No,
gay
they
month.
have codifiers because they're not as good as the White Month. We have a bunch of stuff. Not only history,
Damn
it's
it,
all
man.
of the
Damn
white
it.
things.
Rally car.
You gone a step too far.
Well, you guys understand me, so what can I say?
So Emmett, what you're saying is you're Caucasian.
Hearse racing.
Yeah. The other day, somebody look at me, and he was like, "This guy is white paper."
That's true.
His paper white.
They did. They're like whiter than us. What the hell? No way this guy's Mexican. Look at him. Then he starts talking, and they're like, "What the hell?
Is he French? Is he what? What is this guy?
Is that Dracula? What the hell?"
Oh, it's just 8. Okay, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Not Dracula, Abe. Not Dracula. Don't come at me, bro.
1 freaky deaky.
Oh no, don't, man.
Okay, that was pretty funny what he did. Count Dracula.
All of the white people can understand me. I didn't even remember that.
It was so funny, dude. That was a funny moment. I was just like, holy crap. That's quite the reception you're getting.
I'm just a little bit white, and I was having trouble understanding you.
Okay, my bad.
I'm a little weird looking.
We need an interpreter for you. I mean,
my left side.
I think you're starting to show your black roots. Okay.
Except for they asked Dan to translate for the Hispanic.
Yeah. They asked the person with the accent to translate.
Actually, I have a story. I have a history. I actually did a video for Blaze TV once. For Pat Gray Unleashed, and I actually did an entire segment where I did sign language.
And that's badass. I mean, I'm just saying, why sometimes do people that go up for like speaking roles, they have this absurd accent? You don't. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying sometimes, people go up for like speaking roles, or they go for a big speech, and they have this like absurd accent. You can't understand what the hell they're saying. Why is that?
That's a good question. But it happens a lot.
It does happen a lot. I'm just saying.
The long pauses when they're trying to translate it and then say in English, like some of the European hockey players. They go, duh.
And this shit, what is he saying? Because they don't know either. Oh shit! Did I get kicked?
No.
And then Ben destroy our brains too.
No one said anything. So.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't you. It was everyone.
I just left everyone speechless.
Yes, I know. That was pretty significant, actually.
I like accents. I grew up in Atlanta, and I grew up around a lot of people with accents, so it's a little bit easy for me to understand. So if you need anybody to be a translator, Emmett, I got your 6, bro.
Okay, I'll be sure to hire you. Please send me your form, your K2 form, and we'll talk about honoraries and stuff.
I'll do it for free. I just have a few caveats, but
like, listen, I don't have big booty Latinas in my basement. Okay, I can offer you that.
All right, we're off, bro. Can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
How did you read my brain, man?
I have a feeling. I had a feeling.
Your peepees.
I had a peepee. Time to change this. You made the quota. Give me a second.
What are feelings? I'm a redhead. I don't have a soul.
So there's this like little like thing that happens, and I'm gonna try to steel man a leftist. You know when you feel something inside of you? There's your word in the definition.
No,
it goes like this. I'm gonna
I don't know.
It goes like I feel like it's like when you have a feeling inside you, you
Yeah,
know?
there you go.
Have you ever like feel that thing that it's like a feeling inside you? It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
That's the way to go with the leftists.
yeah.
Now, you guys, when it comes to politics, you have these city halls, or not city halls. You have whenever you go to plead your case, you get 3 minutes, and you have to stand up and plead your case, right? In local
Yep.
government. Have you ever heard about this? I don't know where it was. They were pleading about people cutting down trees, and they actually got up and they sang a song that they made themselves. You guys heard about this?
Say it again one more time.
Well, in the private chat, I just posted to this particular thing the last link I sent in private chat, and see if you guys have seen this. It was a case back in the day, a couple of years ago, I think. It's worth a look. It's quite short.
It's so jacked up.
Bring it up, Abe.
I will. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know if I have your
Speaking of jacked
server.
up,
Do I have your server, Abe?
I'm not sure. I will send it here shortly.
I'm
Thank you,
starting
sir.
to look jacked.
Yeah, send me a link, bud. Appreciate it. I send mine out to everybody. I don't give a shit. I post everything on mine. I don't care.
Feel free to add.
Okay.
But I respect everyone else's. So
Feel free to add.
Feel free to add. What, do you just keep saying that?
Add me. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm in workout mode.
Feel free to add. Feel free
That's
to
why
add.
I said, speaking of jacked up, I'm starting to look jacked.
Oh my
It's in the private chat, Dr. Lepolis. For Apes.
Thank you.
got it.
Got him. Okay. I'm trying to like too many windows. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, hold on.
So I'm going somewhere with this. So once you have it up,
all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Did it take? What
Yeah.
the hell, man?
No, it didn't. Hold on.
Yeah, there it goes. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Fucking Discord.
Okay.
Such a lack of life.
Oh, this is so creepy.
Sight in the neighborhood, a developer is being greedy. There's a hole in the sky where a tree once stood. Such a lack of life and sound. All that's left is bare, muddy ground. A magnificent tree was murdered. The mighty dollar cut it down. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. Stand up. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was.
It doesn't even rhyme. What the fuck?
Making money. Laws protect exceptional trees, but the city grants exemptions to these. Instead, they reward the developer's greed and sanction the murderer's deeds. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. No more leaves shimmering with golden light. No more gentle shedding of rains. Nor tulip blossoms rustling in the wind. Now nothing remains. But
her husband's next to her, like, oh man.
Yep.
Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the
What a
tree
fucking
once
simp.
was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky, instead of a spreading
He's like hand
canopy.
gesturing.
There's a hole
Listen to her.
in the sky, instead of a 90-year-old tree. There's a hole in the sky. That tree did not belong
Shake
to
my
you
damn
or
head.
me. There's a
Oh my
hole
gosh,
in
this
the
lady.
sky where
Shit's
the
cringe.
tree should be.
So, Abe, the reason I showed you this
Yep.
is,
There's
you know,
nobody sitting there.
yeah, well, you know, I'm a composer, so I
Mhm.
added music to this act, and so the link you see here is I added some nice music, so it would be more, I don't know,
Entertaining.
entertaining, I guess.
Yes. Okay, hold on.
Your audio. I have to tell you this, Dan. Your audio edition is extremely good. That sounds very good.
What?
There is being greedy. There's a hole in the sky where a tree once stood. Such a lack of life and sound. All that's left is bare muddy ground. A magnificent tree was murdered. The mighty dollar cut it down. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. Laws protect exceptional trees, but the city grants exemptions to these. Instead, they reward the developer's greed and sanction the murderer's deeds. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. No more leaves shimmering with golden light. No more gentle shedding of rains. Nor tulip blossoms rustling in the wind. Now nothing remains but that hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky, instead of a spreading canopy. There's a hole in the sky, instead of a 90-year-old tree. There's a hole in the sky. That tree did not belong to you or me. There's a hole in the sky where the tree should be.
Buttercup's nightmares were growing steadily worse.
Hey, that's creepy.
That was pretty good editing.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
your editing skills with audio are impressive.
Indeed.
Thank you.
What the hell was that?
Huh?